Hello, and welcome to God 9, Zilla 9 News, where at 9 it's Godzilla, and at 9, you're fucked. Tonight, we present history's 10 worst screw-ups. Cue credits. Wait, we're not done? What are you talking about? Wait, I'm the one doing this? What are you talking about? You gotta be kidding me!
What the hell is this, man? Why am I doing this? I'm supposed to be the news anchor, not the special guy who does all the random reports. Look, sir, we're having some technical difficulties, and we're also short-staffed. The economy has been killing us. Do I have to hit you? Just do your job or you're fired.
So, our first screw-up from history: the Roman conversion to Christianity. Now, is it just me, or has anyone else noticed that as soon as Rome converted to Christianity, they started getting their asses handed to them by pagans? Did anyone else notice that? Come on. No one? Anybody here? Come on. Alright, let me give you an approximation of Rome's size and timeline. This is Rome when it's founded. This is Rome a few hundred years later. A few hundred years later, another 100 or 1,000 years, whatever. Peak of glory. Then, immediately after conversion to Christianity, crunch. Then here's another crunch, and then they divide, and then bam, they're gone. Alright. Number 2 on our agenda: New Orleans being built below sea level. I mean, who builds a city below sea level on a shoreline? Hey, cat. Seriously, who does that? Number 3. Antony following Cleopatra following the Battle of Actium. Actually, right in the middle of the Battle of Actium. So, some brief history of the Battle of Actium. Well, let's start with where it started. That's probably a good place to start. So, Octavian, not emperor yet, but Octavian goes and says, hey, I've uncovered this will, and they weren't sure if it was forged or not, or whatever. And it says he's giving all his shit to Cleopatra. So, what ends up happening there is all of Rome gets pissed off at Antony and allows Octavian to mobilize his forces against him. So, what happens then is they get in this massive sea battle at a place called Actium, really. They were really imaginative with their names, weren't they? Anyway, so Antony's actually kinda sorta kicking Octavian's butt with his huge ships, And then Cleopatra panics or something, takes her flagships and a third of Antony's forces with her. Antony, for some stupid reason, panics and follows her. He follows her, and then they both commit suicide. What the hell? Right. Number 4. This history screw-up takes place in a place entirely separate from 1 and 3. It takes place in Mexico. This is when the Aztecs, for some idiotic reason, believed that Hernan Cortez, the conquistador from Spain, was their savior god. They believed he was a feathered serpent because he had a feather on top of his metal helmet. What the hell? And then they let him in, give him chocolate, which really was shitty chocolate compared to our standards, but whatever. And then he's like, alright, I'm gonna blow you all up from the inside. Haha, yay, good, yay, I conquered Mexico from crazy Indians. Our 4th historical screw-up comes from the very country I am broadcasting from. America. It is the American modern military strategy. The American modern military strategy is to just go through, blow up whatever they think might be an enemy, or shoot up whatever they think might be an enemy, hope it wasn't a civilian, and then move on. Now, How well did that work for them in World War II? How well is it working for them now? Well, let's see. They are A, getting their asses handed to them, and when they are handing it to someone else's ass, handing someone else's ass to them, they're saying, you're a civilian, and let's take this example for instance. Recently a video was leaked that showed a guy saying, hey, there's a guy, I think he might have an AK. Can I shoot my minigun from an Apache helicopter into a crowd? What the hell? Next on our agenda of the 10 worst historical screw-ups of all time is the Danish assault of Wessex, circa 871 AD. Now, some brief history. The Danes are from Denmark, and they're Vikings. They're kicking England's ass. They kicked the ass out of Northumbria, they kicked the ass out of East Anglia, and out of Mercia. And then you've got this little tiny corner of England called Wessex. Officially headed by Ethelwald, he gets his butt kicked in a battle. Now King Alfred has it. This is King Alfred the Great. And by some miracle, he continually hands the Danish asses to the Danes. He just kicks their ass time and again and again and again. And it's like, what? Why couldn't the other Englishmen do this? This guy's a freaking pious idiot. Why is he beating us? Up next, in the world's worst historical screw-ups, the Crusades. This is once again Christians getting their asses handed to them. They're trying to take Jerusalem, and the Muslims have it. Sounds similar to what's going on today. Anyway, so the Christians go in, they start beating stuff up, then they get shot back. They go in again, everything's all mumble-jumble, they lose again. And this happens over and over again. There's like 8 of these. What the hell? Can't they just one massive assault or just give up already? Number 8 in our list of history's 10 worst screw-ups. China during the imperialism era. What happens here? Now remember, China invented black powder. I'm sorry, I totally screwed up, but China invented black powder, right? So, they're just, happy-go-lucky, oh yay, we got a good economy. And then all of a sudden, all these countries come in, and they're like, all these European countries come in, and they're like, hey, I have musket. I'm going to kick your ass now. Didn't we invent that, say the Chinese? Yeah, well, we made it better, so we're going to shoot you now. What the hell? Number 9, our second to last historical screw-up. Germany. Particularly in the World Wars. So, what happens is, World War I, Germany's this massive country prior. Then all of a sudden World War I starts, and they're like, hey, I want to take France. So, they're like that far from taking Paris. Then all of a sudden, they go back to Germany, which shrinks. World War II. Germany's on the roll again. They're getting bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden, bam, they lose again. And now, for the worst historical screw-up of all fucking time. Religion. Or multitudes thereof. This has been God 999. Where 9 is censored and 9 is wrong. So who did what at 9 o'clock?
Settle down, don't take a fit. You drank a demon straight from hell. They almost nearly won as well. You wiped the forward victory, then puked until you fell asleep.